Hey y'all, it is Sunday night, almost midnight here. It's about 11:40 p.m. and I'm gonna drop some seeds. I also may be putting these seedlings outside. I kind of want to put them out there because I want them to have morning sun. So just go ahead and just put them out there tonight and they'll be out there for the first half of the day and then I'll bring them back inside just to acclimate them to being outdoors, although they've been in this patio door for several weeks. So I could just put them out there because the ones that I put out the other day, I have only one casualty. I'll post an update about the status of those things that I put outside the other day. But like I said, only one plant, and that was a habanada. So I got to drop some more habanada seeds. And I also gave a friend some of my jalapenos, two jalapeno plants, and two tomato plants that I hadn't here and hadn't moved outside yet. And so I need to plant because I hadn't planned. I mean, I try to plant extras, but as many people as I've tried to encourage to garden, and she does have her own garden, but I really kind of relaxed from doing that because I didn't want to be pestering people into gardening. And if they didn't want to talk about gardening, I didn't want to be bothering them if they didn't want to really talk about it. But anyway, she actually asked for some plants, so I gave her four of my plants. And so even though I have a bunch of stuff outside, I still want to go ahead and plant some more backups, and I'll do extras. I'll try to do some extras again so that if she or anyone else wants some plants, I can give them to them because I do want to be able to give people plants if they actually want to have a garden. I want to help. So anyway, let me get to dropping these seeds. So I decided to go ahead and move a bunch of things outside into the greenhouse for tomorrow, and I may just go ahead and leave them out here. I get a little nervous going outside because it's a little messy outside, so there could be like things lurking in places. I also don't have my lights in order like they should be. So that's something I'm going to be working on, although the greenhouse is looking much better as you can see. Over here, I was just going to show my little bug zapper, which I love this thing. All right, so I accidentally got my soul sopping wet. Definitely, I did not mean to do this. And I didn't realize I had that much water in there. I had meant to do this another day, so I had pour hot water in it then, and I pour scalding hot water, boiling hot water into this hours ago, not realizing that it was still pretty wet because I was using the same amount of water. It's just that I did this twice, so now it's too much water. But what I'm gonna do is just fill up these. I don't know if I should do that or not. I can't just leave it so it wet like this because it's gonna start to rot and definitely attract gnats, fruit flies, which is what I'm trying to get rid of. And that's why I went ahead and put a lot of things outside, and I'll have that inserted where I show what I did at the end, not as I did it. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I could just put this in here, and then in the morning I'll drop some seeds. So right now I'm just going to be prepping some spaces, and because this is way too wet. All right, I'm stuffing it too much, but anyway, all the water that drains out, I'll be able to just pour it out from the bottom of the tray. And I also hadn't picked out my seeds anyway. I know I'm gonna do habanada because I had two of those plants and one of them didn't make it when I transplanted it outside the other day. I also have, I think, a total of four shishito or whatever peppers. Let me fix, I don't want that going down there. I want to do backups for all the peppers that I normally plant, that I will from this part forward normally plant. So I haven't tried the habanada or the shishito, but I'm pretty sure I'll like them. So I'll go ahead and, big old chunk of wood chip in there. And then this soil, I'm going to take it outside, and I probably would just go ahead and dump it because I mean, it's just easier instead of trying to drain the water off. It's easier just to dump it somewhere into one of my raised beds. I don't have a new container set up that I want to use. Though I do need to set up some more growing spaces. And I did decide that I'm going to use some containers, more containers, because I got a lot of tomatoes still and I need somewhere to put them. I also have that large bed that I need to amend the soil, the one that's 2 feet deep and that I really wanted to use for potatoes. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use them for potatoes because I have a lot of potatoes with eyes in my pantry. I've had them for a while. I even got some new potatoes and they have eyes now too. So I have a lot of potatoes that I can go ahead and plant in there and hopefully get a good harvest. And I think 90 to 120 days. All right, so I'm going to wind up just leaving this overnight, and in the morning I'll drop some seeds in this soil, and it'll just be 16 plants because I'm just going to use this. I have another set of these, but they have stuff in them already, my melons and my chickpea, my moringa that I'm still keep trying to grow unsuccessfully. I'm just trying to make sure it's enough soil in it since I'm going to get rid of this other soil. There's plenty enough soil, I'm sure, at this point. I'll fill this one in a little bit. I did go outside and take the stuff outside, even though I was a little nervous to be outside because it's, like I said, I have it kind of messy out there. One of my neighbors also just moved, so I don't like there not being someone next to me. It just bothers me. Like, what if somebody, I don't know, just get paranoid about if somebody goes into that house or into that yard, they could get in my yard. When there's somebody who lives there, that they're kind of watching out for their own stuff. So it's harder for that to happen. So I look forward to having a new neighbor. Just to have somebody there. I didn't mind the old neighbors. They were good neighbors, quiet neighbors. I can't hear. I have a hearing disorder, so I can't hear. So I wouldn't even know if they were loud. But I hope I get a decent neighbor. That's all always a concern when you don't know who's going to be living next to you. And I'm kind of stuck where I'm at because even though I've been considering moving for a while, it's just so much cheaper to stay where I'm at, considering how the market is. It's so expensive to buy a new house right now. Everything's marked up. Even my own house. My own house has more than quadrupled in value. So of course everything around me has too. So anyway, and also when I do move, I want to upgrade. So I have a whole list of things that I want. So not anything, unrealistic, but I definitely want to. I like where I live now. So the next place needs to be better than this, and that's what's gonna push me to move. It's just that I've been in the same place for so long, and I really would like a larger yard so I could have a bigger garden. And the garden is really determining where I live. Like I've been helping my twin brother. He's in the process of selling and buying, so selling his house, buying a new house. And I've been helping them, sending them houses, and that's kind of been having me in this mode too, looking at what's out there. And when I look for myself, even for them, I always kind of comment on, oh, this. I look at the satellite view of it, like where's the backyard, and can a garden go in that backyard? Is it going to be obstructed, and all the things. So anyway, that is all for today. Tonight, since I'm not going to put anything in here, it's going to be draining overnight. Oh wow, it's already draining a lot. So I'm going to pour this out and let it drain some more overnight. I need to, anyway, I'm going to pour, see how much it has already, and it's still dripping. So I'm going to, and this would have been bad to put the seeds in. You want the soil to be moist, but you don't want it to get, I think it's anaerobic, where it starts rotting, and your seeds are going to make it through that. They're not going to germinate, and it's going to attract lots and lots of gnats. And I just now got so much of the soil out of the house. I don't want to be creating another breeding ground for these gnats. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is go ahead and pouring this out. I'll let it sit for a little while, and then I'll come and drain it again. But let me get a cup to show just how much fluid is in this. Yes, this is another Taco Bell cup, and I have extra ones because I've been going back, and I'm going to stop that for real because I need to do a lifestyle change. Anyway, so let me do this since I have this tray here. And just see how much fluid is coming off of here and why it's so important to not put my seeds in the soil yet. So I'm going to let it sit for another 20, 30 minutes, and I'll pour out the water again. But just from this first draining, that took literally minutes. This is almost full. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to pour this on my plants because this soil has nutrients in it. So I'm not going to waste that. I'm going to pour that outside on some plants. And that'll be it for tonight. It's probably midnight now. So what time is it?
It's 12:10 a.m.
All right. It's just after midnight. It's 12:10 a.m. So I'm calling it a night so far as the planting stuff goes. And I'll drop some seeds tomorrow. I got to clean up a lot of things because, like I said, I think I'm including in here how I'm going to be hosting tomorrow. And it's like a last minute thing. So I'm not going to be able to do all that I had planned to do because I normally would like to do ribs because I've been doing ribs many, many times since I started earlier this year. But it's too late. I didn't get to go to Sam's Club to get the ribs. And I like to start them in the morning for like hours, so it's too late. I'm not rushing out to do that tomorrow, so we're just gonna have like basic food and a good time just being together. Anyway, I hope everyone else is enjoying the holiday. I know it's a sad holiday too. My stepdad was a veteran, so this is around there are like several times during the year that I make sure to visit his gravesite. And so this will be around that time. And I was kind of moping around this entire weekend, especially today because it was so hot. It was 99 degrees today, I think was the high. So I had went to church, but it was so crowded and it was so hot. I just wasn't feeling well, so I came back home. I also had planned to go to the movies, canceled that, and I just been kind of just it's just a sadness when it's a joy and a sadness. Even though it's sad, there's like it's also joyous, and you kind of gotta cherish the moments that you still have the people with the people you love, because they won't always be here. So happy Memorial Day, everyone. I hope you're having good quality time and memories, making good memories with your family and friends this holiday. All right, thanks for watching.